The Toronto Raptors have spent the entire season telling us who they are. They couldn't turn the key. For a brief, bright moment, Toronto Raptors seemed to have found themselves, turned the switch, becoming professional, unified, and mutually supportive basketball team they spent all season believing they were. They had a double-digit lead against the Chicago Bulls, tripled, ran through the crossings, defended together. As with Toronto's 2022-23 season, the moment looked much better than it actually was. It was a bright dream that flew away on the cold morning of a very early alarm. Professionalism turned into a foul hunt for referees. The merger failed. The mutually supportive offense turned into a group of players who couldn't shoot around a few stars who couldn't get past the defenders. Unless you're the 2001 Lakers, the swap flip doesn't really exist. Toronto spent 82 games in phone booth, trying to pull the jacket from sleeves, his glasses over his face, and a half-clothed Superman appeared, some superpowers fired and others on arrival. Flying? Certainly. But maybe he doesn't wear pants either. They told us repeatedly who they were. They had strengths but not enough to overcome weaknesses. They had talents but they didn't always work together. Against Chicago, there were signs of collapse, even as Toronto led by double digits. DeMar DeRozan's daughter Diar was screaming and appearing to be inside their heads during her attempts, while the team was humiliating 50% from the free throw line. They finished with 18 hits. Even though the match was over, the bench was giving nothing. Except for spectacular shots from Pascal, Siakam, and VanVleet, the offense couldn't find consistent looks. The defense stopped doing what was working after Zach overloaded LaVine and forced him to do complex readings. Toronto, at least, played their hits in the defeat. Want a bad challenge? Nick Nurse made it through despite winning his moment in the sun, which still ended up falling into Chicago's hands. Want bad shots? VanVleet tried to level game with a triple sprint pull-up with 1 minute left and in the pass, but missed tough attempt. You want bad defense? As Raptors had to scratch and claw even to force shots into the rim, LaVine waltzed into rim at a critical moment. Want melee heroism? Siakam used a ghost screen from VanVleet to move down lane, keeping ball away from defender as it hovered, and dunking two-handed through hoop. Later, when the Raptors were 3 behind, he made a three-pointer foul and missed a second. Then her third. The season again took place in the play-in match. It was disgusting, rude and short. Remove the varnish and you're left with a mediocre basketball. Siakam attempted a layup to narrow the gap to a passable point or two as the shot time was reduced, game over. Next was pride. He missed this too. The best you can say about the 2022-23 Raptors season is that he has